Welcome, my name is Radek, and today I'll be showing you how to manage Web Methods IO B2B assets with CrossVista SmartBranch. I have prepared a project containing integration project, B2B assets, and API gateway assets. Today, we'll be focusing on B2B assets. So let's start. From the branch that was taken from my production environment, I'm forking an asset that I want to modify. It will be a processing rule. I'll change the title of my branch and point it to my test environment. Now I will sync my branch with my test environment. In the meantime, I will fork another branch from test, same asset as before. Let's call it dev1. I'll point it to my dev1 environment, which is different from test and production, of course. And I will sync this branch as well. What happens now? Team will take the processing rule that we forked, and will take all necessary assets that are required for this processing rule to be valid. So it will take profiles, it will take documents, channels, everything that is required for this processing rule. It will deploy it as well to the environment so that the rule is actually working. In a couple of moments, you'll notice that the bottom disk of the branch will change from the gray to green, like it did in test, which means that the branch is in sync with the live system. After the deployment is completed, okay, now we'll do a change on B2B and capture that change with CrossVista SmartBranch. So this is my dev environment. Let's refresh the processing rules view. Yep, now the rule has been created. Let's change something with that rule. Let's change the description. Okay. Apart from that, we can modify dependency. So, for example, on this processing rule uses those two channels. Let's modify one of the channels. So let's add some new value. So for example, system ID 123. Okay. Okay, let's activate the channel again. And now it's time to go back to CrossVista SmartBranch server. Let's check sync of the assets on the live system. What the server will do, it will compare the version from the branch against the version from the live system. If any differences are found, it will display a report and will be able to commit those changes to the branch. In a couple of moments, yep, we'll see that the bottom disk changes color to red, which means that the live system is not in sync with the branch. So let's see. As expected, both changes have been identified. Yeah, and similarly with the channel. So now let's commit this change to the branch. The server will only take the changed assets and nothing else. So if we deployed dozens of assets, it will commit only those that has been actually changed, and only those will be moved further to test, UAT, production, and other environments. In a couple of moments, the bottom disk again will change to green, as you can see now, and the top disk changes to pink, which means that the branch state is not in sync because we did commit some changes. So right now we can do more changes, more commits, and when we're done, we set the branch as integrated, which means it's ready to be moved upward the hierarchy tree. So now let's move this change to test, deploy to test, and so on. This integration happens only within the team server. So whatever happens here doesn't affect the live environments yet. After the integration has been done, we'll be able to deploy the change to the live system. Of course, most of those actions can be automated, so we don't have to click. And all of the states, all of the moments, team figures out the states of the system. So for right now, as you can see, the bottom of this indicates that the new state of the branch that we just created is not in sync with a live environment, which is expected because there are a couple of changes from dev that hasn't been yet deployed to test. So let's do it right now. Because we capture only delta, the deployment will be fairly fast because we don't need to deploy all the assets, but only the ones that has been actually changed. In our case, processing rule and the channel. After the deployment is completed, I will show you that the changes has been actually moved to test, and after testing, they can be moved further to production, for example. Okay, let's go to test environment. It's a different environment. And let's start with the channel. And the configuration, and the value is here, and similarly the processing rule description is here as well. Right now we can move to production and deploy to production. Thank you for your patience, and if you have any questions, let us know.